Buenas sociedad, estamos en el capítulo número 25 de Tainted Grail de Fire of Avalon. Vámonos. Vale, a ver. Eh, ¿Cómo es que tienes los ojos normales y no negros? ¿Cómo es que tenéis los ojos normales, cabrones? Si tendríais que tener los negros como invocaciones. Bueno, vale. Vámonos a hacer misiones, bitches. ¿Qué misión tengo que nueva? Dulces sueños. El nido de las espadas, claro, pero mira cuántas misiones secundarias. Vamos a por Felices para siempre. Mapita. Hostia. Aldea abandonada, ¿eh? Vale, me gustaría que fuese de día, pero bueno. Me gustaría que fuese de día. Me gustaría que fuese de día.
I'm not beaten yet.
No sé ni por qué intento atacar, la verdad. Si están ellos.
You made a big mistake.
Ya están haciendo 79-60. ¡Hostia! ¡Hostia, bitch! ¡Qué buena! Definitivamente los lanceros están OP. Vale, a ver, ¿dónde estaría la fruta? La fruta bruja de la piruja. ¿La puedo avivar? Sí, la puedo.
That's supposed to work.
Ah, no, hacen 35. Vale, un poco de protección por aquí. Epa, mierda. Cogí sin querer una mierda espada. 69 dice. Bruja, ¿dónde estás? Brujita, bruja. ¿Cómo que no? tendré que dormir, quizás. Vamos a probar a dormir. Vale, a ver. Ahora que no está todo de esto y plagado de invocaciones. ¿Vivía cerca o vivía en la aldea? Esa es la cosa. Ya, es que también aquí, aquí y aquí, ¿sabes? Es que esta casa está bien, entre comillas, ¿no? Se puede vivir dentro o quizás no. Míralo. Esa casita está bastante bien para ser... ¡Ajá! ¿Cómo es que se me recupera tan lentamente el maná?
Dear me, another one? We've been getting quite popular, haven't we, Wilkin? Who, Wilkin? Ah, yes. Honestly, I have no idea how he managed to find me. But since the girl never gave me anything for the potion, I accepted him as payment. Oh, does he now? And have you asked him if he wants to come with you? Just because he's currently a pig doesn't mean he can't think for himself. I don't know. Wilkin and I understand each other perfectly well. But if you lack the skill, I suppose that cannot be helped. Unless you'd like to make a bargain. How about Something made by your own hand, but something nice. Something that'll make me feel all warm and fuzzy. Oh, I know. I want a meal cooked by your hand. Then you'll be able to talk to Wilkin.
¿Todo esto lo he hecho yo solo?
Oh, that's so lovely. It looks so, odd. And you humans eat that, really? I'll think where to put it, so I can admire it for a bit. Go on, talk to the pig. I'll wait here. But don't wander off too far. Who knows if I'll still be here when you get back.
Mesa de alquimia. 40 de salud. 5 de 5 de salvia. Anda aquí. ¿Dónde está el cerdo?
Surprisingly well, you know. I'm warm, I'm well fed, and I get to soak in the mud. I also keep getting the urge to root, but I don't mind. At least it's not boring. Oh, Thistle? Why should I? Oh, she brings me berries and acorns. Oh, she also has a very nice singing voice. Much better than Rigby's. That's for sure. Well, she promised she'll take care of me, and I believe her. Rian did that. I don't care if the results weren't exactly what she intended. She still tried to change me. That's very nice of you, but I'm not sure I want that. This life ain't so bad. It's easy and straightforward. I eat, I sleep, I root, I talk to Thistle. No morning drills, no Denholm yelling in my ear, no angry Canucks people spitting at my feet. It's peaceful. I like it. Pretty sure, yes. Well, I know I won't live as long as I could as a human, but you've seen what's happening on Avalon. I doubt I'd live much longer anyway.
Vale.
So, have the two of you had a nice chat? A wise decision. You don't need to worry about our dear Wilkin. I'll take good care of him. He shall live out the rest of his days in happiness, with nary a care in the world. This I vow to you. Now, be gone. It's been amusing, but I've had quite enough of you.
Y ya está. Y la tía con la que... ¿Esta casa desaparecerá o...? Ah, vale, es el símbolo de la de esto. De la mascota. Pues nada, ¿qué le digo a la tía? ¿Yo no tengo que hacer nada por la tía o qué? Que marca como visto todo. Amor fraternal. Vale, tengo que buscar a alguien. Tu vaca. ¿Y las casas qué? ¿Puedo entrar en las casas o qué? Tomo un caballo. Treble robar. Hola.
Come on. Can't sell Daisy. We're gonna need her.
What we're going to need is money, and she'll fetch a good price.
We still need to move somehow, don't we? She could pull the cart.
We have Clover for that. Look, I know how much this horse means to you, but I've already talked to Dinham. He's willing to pay a lot of gold for her.
But what if we...
No, Gil. Enough. We're selling her, and that's that.
I hope that Camelotian knows what a treasure he's getting. Daisy's not just any horse. She's the best one he'll ever have. It does give you some hope, doesn't it? The lanterns make it feel like the farm can breathe again, even if that's more than we've had in years. We'd have to make it work. More lanterns, more help. I don't know. Maybe the weirdness isn't something you can fight forever, but I'm not ready to let it win. Have a nice day.
Vale, ver tú.
If you're interested in buying a horse, look somewhere else. This one's spoken for. She'll be going all the way to Camelot. Sure, are you? You willing to pay 300 gold? Fine, you have a deal. Denholm will need to find himself a different mare.
304 monedas. Ya, no voy a coger el caballo, no te preocupes. Quedaoslo. Vale, estos dos no son los con los que tendría que hablar. Quizás estos de aquí, los del molino. O la persona del molino, si es que hay alguna persona por aquí. Vale, ni siquiera sale como robar. Vaya.
Are you looking to buy the mill? It's seen better days, that's for sure. Even when my good-for-nothing father was alive. It needs work, but everything does if you want it to be worth something, right? Ah, well, I see. I thought the Lord was looking to sell it again, but that wouldn't make much sense, would it? I overheard people talking about leaving. Who in their right mind would buy a haunted mill in a dead village? Maybe when it finally falls apart, I'll go with it. Oh, my father owned the mill once. Then after he passed, my brother took it. Then his children, then theirs. As for me, I died as the miller's daughter, for the terrible crime of being the miller's daughter. The truth is, I don't remember my name. It's been so long since anyone living has spoken it. It was stupid. You see, my father was a drunkard who liked to brag, and the more he drank, the more he bragged. The problem was, not a single word he said was ever true. And for some reason, he decided to tell people I could spin gold from straw. That ridiculous rumor made its way to King Sagramore. He locked me in a cell full of straw and told me it had to be spun into gold by morning. Well, what do you think happened? I sat in that cell, choking on the stench of rotting straw, and cried. Then I screamed myself hoarse, begging someone, anyone, to let me out. By morning, my throat was dry as parchment and full of dust. But when the first rays of sunlight streamed through the tiny window, I cried again. I remember shaking all the way to the block. But my last thought was of my father. And oh, it was vicious. I don't know. One moment, I was dead, and the next, well, I was still dead, but I was home again. It was like looking through a veil, still in this world, yet no longer part of it. Every beam and plank so familiar, yet not. He hanged himself, right there from that beam. I visited him, in dreams and in the waking world, until he couldn't take it anymore. I overheard someone say it must have been the guilt of my death gnawing at him. Stupid people. He wouldn't have felt a shred of guilt if I hadn't reminded him. Help? Why would I need help? I'm fine. Nothing hurts. I can see everything through the windows and the cracks in the walls. I can watch the mice in the corner all day, and no one scolds me for lazing around. I'm content. But it's kind of you to ask. People don't always care about the well-being of strangers, especially ones who are already dead. It was beautiful, actually. The fields shimmered pale gold in the sun, carrying the scent of warm dust and ripe grain. The whitewashed walls made the town glow. And the men here, I always liked our men here, you know. It looks a bit frightening, but it always felt warm. It used to, at least. Now it feels more like me with each passing day. I'm not sure. I've seen the sun rise and set so many times. I stopped counting. What would be the point? Time means nothing to me. Through the cracks in the walls, I watched the seasons change. I listened to the millstones turn, until one day, it all stopped. The mill, the seasons, now everything is so still, death-like, almost. First of all, he wasn't a king. He just liked calling himself that. Now that I think about it, surely that wasn't allowed, was it? He was a small, jittery man, yet in that cell, he loomed so large over me. I wonder, did he too lose his head for claiming to be something he was not? Come by again if you feel like talking. I don't mind the company.
Vaya. Lo que no entiendo es cómo es que aquí hay alimentos en buen estado. Lleva tanto tiempo abandonado. No debería haber nada. Ahí dentro es como si estuviera de noche, pero aquí fuera está de día. Joder. Coño. Vale, ver. La puerta parece que estará abierta. Ahora se ha cerrado, vaya.
I guess. I've spent a lot of time with him. Rob would always send me to the stables when I was getting underfoot. He'd say, "Gil, you go to the stables and don't you show your face again until I tell you." I guess I must have been an annoying kid. Take care of yourself. And Daisy.
Que puede quedaros aquí, me da igual, Daisy. Lo he hecho para que se quede aquí. Bueno, da igual. Ahora tengo otro caballo. O sea, sustituido por Daisy. Ahora Daisy es permanente. ¿Usted sabe algo?
Evening, traveler. Wouldn't wander out there if I were you. Nights are getting darker, and the weirdness seems to creep closer every cursed night. These stubborn soil kissers here won't budge, clinging to their rotten roots like it's all golden. And someone's got to keep the night's teeth from their doors. So, here I stand. Well, I might have something that could light your way, and singe a monster or two while you're at it. Fire arrows. These beasts hate fire even more than I hate my posting. For a few coins, they're all yours. Helps me sleep easier knowing I'm peddling more than just warnings.
Toma, tienduski. Y flechas de madera, ¿no? Sí. Antorcha. Ahí hay una casa extra. Y aquí hay otra. Bueno, no sé si es una casa o un almacén cobertizo. Hola, ¿hay alguien aquí? Sí.
Welcome to my corner of misery, traveler. Whatever brings you here, just know you're wasting your time. The weirdness is coming closer every day. Started in the deep woods and now it's almost at our doorstep. Town's slowly emptying. All the smart ones left weeks ago. But now, even if you're trying to get out, good luck with that. The soldiers set up a checkpoint at the gate leading to the main road to Camelot. Now it's blown. They said it was a landslide. Or an avalanche. I don't know. That was one of the safe routes. Further you go, the thicker the weirdness gets. Swallows entire patrols sometimes. 3 Camelotian soldiers disappeared last week. Official story says this, but I saw what was left of their gear. Twisted like paper, heavy steel bent like it was cloth. Well, perhaps there's still some decency left in this dying world after all. You know, I used to be the best hunter in 3 villages. To track a fox through a rainstorm. Now, I can't even trust the forest to stay where I left it. Here, my old bow served me well for 30 years. Not like she used to be now with these shaky hands. But it might just keep you alive out there. The weirdness doesn't take kindly to visitors, but sometimes speed and a sharp eye make all the difference. Good luck, traveler. If you make it back this way, I'll still be here. Until I'm not. See you.
Puedo derrubar.
Oh, it's you. My, what a fine lad you are. Were I a touch younger, I'd consider running away with you. Reginald be damned. As you should be. I used to be quite the catch back in the day, you know. I didn't make it easy for Reginald to win me over, but he was always a stubborn man. It flattered me, that stubbornness. I should have listened to my mother when she told me a headstrong husband is just as bad as a lazy one. One does nothing, the other wants everything done his way. But I thought I knew better, and now, here I am. Every marriage has its ups and downs, especially one that's lasted as long as ours. We worked hard our whole lives, raised our children right. I had hoped for a little peace at the end of the road, but now they say the weirdness is coming, and my husband insists we stay. I know I don't have much time left, but there are better ways to die than in the fog. What? And leave Reginald here on his own? That man wouldn't survive a day without me. Just this morning, he went to feed the pigs and forgot his jacket. If I weren't here, he'd have caught his death by now. No, I might be angry with him, but we've been together 40 years. I won't walk out over one argument. I swore to stand by him. And I will, at the very least, before we die. I might get to say, I told you so one last time. Take care out there.
Y el famoso Reginald está en...
Who goes there? You're not from round here, are you? Whatever you've got to say, I'm not interested. I'm not going anywhere. Good, because I won't. Love? Nah, it's a shithole. All my life I've watched it turn into a dump. And it only got worse with that lordling at the helm. But I gave everything I had to this land. We've had good years, sure. But we've also had years when we went hungry for days so our kids wouldn't starve. The weirdness, just another storm to weather. Everything'll turn out fine in the long run. Mora's always been a worrywart. If anything goes awry, it's the end of the world for her. And don't even get me started on the nagging. Everything'll be fine. It always is, in the end. Besides, we won't be alone. Reese and Ida are staying. And they know how to work around the weirdness better than anyone. And you've been through many droughts in your life. If you had, you'd know there's nothing simple about them. You just stand there and watch your crops die, praying for rain that never comes, wondering if your children are strong enough to survive this one. And the fat years aren't much better. You grow tall crops, and then you gotta strain your ears for straw children skulking around at harvest. Until the weirdness can make work in the land any worse than it already is. And do what? Fart into a bench and mooch off my children? I'd rather die than become the kind of father who turns into a burden. As long as I can lift a hoe, I'll work the fields. And if I can't do that anymore, then what? No, I won't become a useless old man. I'd rather keel over here and now. And make sure it stays that way. Huh.
You need something?
Pensaba que me haríais avanzar una misión, pero parece que no. Ay, a ver. ¿Tú quién eres?
Well, if you want to buy eggs, go talk to the missus. Though consider yourself warned. You eat them at your own peril. Well, that's your loss. Me and the missus take 2 every morning and feel like gods till dinner. You won't get that from your regular eggs, and you won't find ones like ours anywhere else. I see. You're with those Camelotians who want to run us out. We've already told your lot. We ain't going anywhere. If we die here, then so be it. And I ain't talking about it no more, so don't even try. And make my missus a widow? Ha! The whole area's full of monsters, and they sure ain't edible. We tried that once, and, well, let's just say we never tried it again. Nothing wrong. Well, not at the moment. We'll see how the next crop comes in. It's been a bit hit and miss lately. The wheat was a nice surprise, because, you know, it's... Well, it's the wrong season, and we were worried about the glowing. But it turned out to be perfectly good wheat. On the other hand, the turnips were not so good. We fed them to the pig as we always do, and it turned her inside out. Poor thing, eh? Maybe it's time to move the plots within the range of the weirdness repellents again. Aye, that we do. 'Twas getting into the crops one way or the other, so why not use it, you know? You see, with the weirdness, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. But the good has saved us from starving to death. I ate potatoes that looked like pig hearts and carrots that tasted like what standing in a field in the middle of the night feels like. All perfectly nice food. I say, it's better to have a meal that's a tiny bit different than what you're used to, than not to have one at all. Aye, it may be. But it's not like we got a long stretch to live, the missus and I. We didn't want to just lie down and wait for death. And I bet we ain't the only ones. What else are folks to do in this blasted weather? All ready for winter, but winter won't come. And if winter won't come, neither will spring. The last normal harvest came and went ages ago. I'm telling you, if not for the weirdness, we'd all be dead by now.
Another one? We've had enough strangers in Kunacht. You lot bring nothing but trouble. Which ones do you want to hear about? The Camelotians who want to take Armenir and rob us of our land? Or the Red Priests knocking on everyone's door and dragging people out into the streets? We already had enough problems without all those prissy arseholes adding to them. Aye, more of them every day. And no just in the village either. I saw a few of the younger ones wandering around outside, looking for trouble. They say they're looking for people sick with the Red Death, but all they do is drag decent people out of their homes and haul them off to all mother knows where. And people still get taken by the plague, so what good are they? Bunch of quacks. The Camelotians are saying our Armenir is dying, and when it goes out, we'll get snuffed by the weirdness. Vipers, the lot of them! Yvain brought them here a while ago to help with the Kunacht. That's what he told us, anyway. And now? Now they want to take our Armenir. Pah! Not just the Menir, they want to take everything. They're saying all the folks here will have to move. All mother only knows where. My old man won't hear a word of it. And you know what? I don't blame him. We've worked too hard. We've gone through too much to just leave everything behind. Aye, why no? Everyone says me auntie's girl got touched by the weirdness. But she's still here, ain't she? Besides, we know the weirdness. We live with it every day. If it kills me, then so be it. There's no much left for me in this world anyway. Go talk to her and you'll see. I might be an old woman, but I am no one to gossip. Our priestess, or rather, Yvain's priestess, because we haven't seen hide nor hair of her in ages. She took Ailey in, and that ended up being a blessing for us all. She might be a little odd with that eye of hers, but she's a sweet girl. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Makes no difference to me. They could promise me a palace and I still wouldn't leave. This farm belonged to my father, and it belonged to his father before him. When my older brother died, I promised Pa I would nae let this place fall to ruin. I hoped to pass this land on to my children, but, well, they ended up buried in it. It's only fair that I should rest here with them. I know some do. The two brothers from the neighboring farm, they can't wait to be rid of that place. But it's no wonder, with the life they've had there. Truth be told, if I were in their shoes, I'd have run for the hills ages ago. Ha! Welcome in, you say, when your lot just barges in and takes whatever you please. Like old Norm's woodshed. That got requisitioned by Camelot. They shoved some fancy paper in his face and said, "This is ours now." They say it's all fair because Norm got compensated. But what about us, huh? We lent Norm our best axe ages ago, and he left it in that bloody shed. Why? Huh. Maybe you do. But I don't trust folks who offer things for free. They always want something sooner or later. We may not have much, but we're honest folk. Bring me back that axe and I'll pay you. Just don't get caught eggs, some veggies. There's no much to spare, but we share what we can.
Pues mira, me lo llevo todo. Un hacha. Difícil. Imposible de hacerlo por ellos mismos.
Didn't expect to see you here. Ah! You really did! Camelot didn't give you any trouble. Huh. Maybe there was something to all those tales about Norm after all. He always seemed so polite. Helped my Reese figure out the best way to grow wheat outside the repellers. It just goes to show you never really know your neighbours, eh? Well, here's the payment I promised, and some freshly picked veggies too. Well then, have a good one.
Hostia. Me habéis dado pasta cuando no he pedido nada, joder. ¿Y esta casita? ¿De quién es? Ah, de los... Iba a decir las cabras, los caballos. Pues no sé cómo hacer la misión Amor Fraternal. Voy a buscarlo. Vale, pues resulta que sí que tengo que hablar con este de aquí.
Aye, man's name is Denholm. Seems important. Lots of men with him. They're here for the men here. Haven't you heard? They're moving everyone. Something to do with that men here of ours. Don't really care either way. As long as they keep their promises and give us a better place to live. Aye, and Ma and Pa would rather us alive somewhere else than dead here. Don't know yet, but we're strong and we're not afraid of hard work. I'm a decent carpenter, and Gil is good with horses. I'm sure we'll find something for ourselves. That's one way of putting it. This farm belonged to our grandfather. My parents were tending it, but he was the one in charge. Both Ma and Pa died when Gil was still small. That left us with just dear old Grandpa. And he was a nasty piece of work. He told you that, eh? But yeah, if I saw that old bastard getting drunk, I just told Gil to go tend the horses. Grandpa had a heavy hand, and Gil was really small back then. I was scared that he'd hit him too hard. I bet Gil thinks I always did it because he was pissing me off. Drunk most of the time. Built like a barn door. That's something Gil got from him, I guess. He liked beating me to a pulp and telling me I was worthless. I remember he had this belt with a heavy iron buckle, shaped like a horse's head. He got it for his service as the master of horses at Warriors' Fair. Man, that one hit hard. Shame the old codger took it with him to his grave. I wish I could have kept it. So when I see some lowlife beating that kid, I could use it on them just like Grandpa taught me. What? Where the hell did you get that? A weird beast? So what does that mean? Grandpa got drunk, fell into the well, and got turned into a monster? Ha! That would have been rich. But strange. Gil swore that he saw him walking into the woods. Why? Do you think he saw something and was afraid to tell me? Maybe. He was acting a little strange, but I was in bad shape that day, so I didn't care either way. I don't think we've ever talked about it afterwards. No matter. As long as the old fart's dead, I don't care how it happened. Would it? Maybe. I don't know. I don't see the point in dragging up the past. Though, perhaps that's what Gil needs to finally let go of this place. Anyway, thanks for this. And for clearing out the well, I guess. We don't have much, but I hope this will be enough for your trouble.
Si no me has dado nada, cabrón. Look. No, espera, hasta aquí. Uy. ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Vas a atacar a tu hermano?
I talked to Gil. You know, I never thought he had it in him. I know he didn't kill the old bastard on purpose, but that was some quick thinking. Still, I wish he hadn't felt like he had to keep it to himself all those years. No, we talked about it, and the only thing keeping him here was Gil. But I promised to back down a bit, let him do his own thing. He's gone to talk to Yvain's master of horses about taking him as an apprentice. I'll miss him, but I guess it'll do us both good. Not much. Granddad beat me until I passed out. It was probably the closest he came to killing me. When I woke up, I was in pain. Granddad was gone, and Gil just patched me up and then acted like nothing had happened. We never said a word about it. I guess we both wanted to forget, just for different reasons. Thank you for what you've done for us. May the All-Mother bless you.
Espalda robusta. A ver. Límite de carga en 45 para algún lugar de ahínco. Hostia, ¿y esto? Ah, vale, a puntos de debilidad. Esto pesa 5, ¿sabes? Vale, pues misión hecha.
Nice. See ya.
Esta ya se ha relajado. Vale, misiones. Luces sueños no puedo ser. Asunto delicado. Así lo del libro, vale. Lo podemos hacer. Jo, qué bien que existe internet. Si no, no lo habría llenado nunca. Mira, librería. Ay. ¿Tú quién eres?
Oh, forgive the mess. I didn't really have much choice about where to set up my things. Normally I'd be in a tavern, but... Well, it looks like the tavern is closed until further notice. That means Varel's bookshop is only place where I can read and work in peace. I heard she was a Dalariata who runs a bookshop in Connacht. I was a bit apprehensive about meeting her. I thought I'd find someone overly rattled and stripped of her own cultural heritage. But Varel, she's different. And I admire her work that she even bothers to do it. Sometimes, it feels like people have lost all interest in discovery, whether it's the kind found in verses or the kind waiting out there in the wide world. Yes, enough talk. There's a world to discover.
No puedo leer sin robar.
Welcome to Vrel's bookshop. No reading without buying. And if you're here for porn, kindly leave before you start. Aye. Not only can I read, I can even make recommendations. Imagine that. So, if you have a joke to tell, don't bother. I'm pretty sure I've heard them all. Perhaps it is. But you'd think that so-called civilized people would accept it with more grace. Hearing the same crude comments over and over again makes me feel like I've never left the training grounds. Then there are the braver ones who tell me I'm not welcome here. Hell, it's just like talking to my sister. They all have more in common than they think. Although mostly it's just prejudice.
A ver... Todo esto no lo he leído. Esto sí lo he leído. Vale, no lo he leído. Solo uno, por favor. Solo uno. Vamos a leerlos. Hostia, guapo el arte. Joder, dice que si quieres pornografía no hay. Mira cuánta había. Percepción 1.
Before you ask, no. I do not have any book. Oh, expecting a wee one? Congratulations. Lucky you. I don't think I've seen a newborn in Cunicht for as long as I've lived here. Oh, is it now? Well, well, well. And why can't he come home and buy it himself? Oh, that's precious. I chased him off because he couldn't take no for an answer. He came in and tried to seduce me. Told me he just loves to devour books. But he'd gladly do the same with me. Books, sure. Maybe for breakfast, to add variety to his military fare. When I told him I wasn't interested, he got all pissed off and called me an ugly, dumb savage. I only let him leave with his teeth intact to avoid proving him right. Tell you what, I'll sell you that book. But fair warning, I'll be sending his poor wife the story of Giron the Unfaithful, with a special edition forward for me. Deal? Ha! Pleasure doing business with you. I hope his wife won't go easy on him. I hope you've found a new favourite book. Enjoy your time with it.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Hi. Have you had a chance to drop by the bookshop yet?
Sí, compañero.
Oh, thank you. I knew I could count on you. I hope it'll put my wife's mind at ease. Here's your money and a little extra. You've done a good deed.
Yo no tengo por qué meterme en líos. Entre las grietas. Ya, porque precisamente aquí. ¿Que hay algo en el suelo? Yo no veo nada raro. Vale, cómo se llama la misión, porque no quiero perder el tiempo. Entre las grietas, between the cracks. Vale, necesito que sea de noche. ¿Ves? De eso no me acordaba. Vaya. Espera, no sé si ya debo más tiempo del necesario en la partida, sí, 1 hora y 7 minutos. Hasta aquí este capítulo. Soy Savedat y nos vemos en el próximo directo video. Chao.